Hello everyone. In this video I explain the operator written in Python which works inside of our Kubernetes cluster to prepare on the fly for our Istio VirtualService delegate rules, at the same time Sidecar and AuthorizationPolicy rules too. To get more information about VirtualService delegates and Sidecar and AuthorizationPolicy, you can get it from official page of Istio, of course. And to achieve our goal, just imagine with the help of the Sidecar and AuthorizationPolicy, we can control the traffic to in and out to our workload selectors, pods. And in case of delegates, we can say, for example, we have one domain. For selected endpoints, we will forward traffic to another virtual service which works totally inside of another namespace. So, we redirect by endpoint rules to another virtual service which will map with to the service which works inside of this namespace. Just imagine, in case of, we have two customer resource definitions. Two kinds. One of them delegator, another one is with the name Istio Policy Manager. I will explain each of them to be more clear, and this one too. Firstly, I will explain delegator. So just imagine we have 5 fields: domain, gateway, URI prefix, delegate VS, and delegates VS NS. It means, where is product page? Yes, this one. It says, so just imagine we have right now deployed to our Kubernetes cluster 2 different namespaces with the name products and at the same time reviews, which applications works there with the right endpoints to the response. And we create 2 virtual services which works there. I will show each of them when I will switch to the terminal. For each of application, inside of their namespaces works virtual services. But in outside, in a default namespace, there is no virtual service, which on the fly operator will create for each match of the kind to our operator. In case of kind delegator, and the spec fields, we will see domain name. If for domain booking for local, if we will use this gateway, URI prefix will match to the endpoint. We will delegate to the virtual service with the name product page, which works inside of namespace with the name products. And I think it's enough to delegate a kind. So I will switch to the part of the Istio Policy Manager. So just imagine we have 4 fields inside of this kind. On the fly, this customer resource definition will create 2 kinds of Istio with the name Sidecar and at the same time authorization policy. Just imagine the kind of Istio Policy Manager structure will be like as this. And if I will open authorization policy at the same time Sidecar, we can see and understand here. It means like this Sidecar rule will be created. It means when traffic will match to the, when labels for this pods will match to these ones which we defined here, we allow traffic to go outside to any service which works under these namespaces. Services which works one of these namespaces to go out from this pod which works in our namespace products. This rule means explanation of this one which I said. So I will close this one too. In case of authorization policy, we say selector to the pod with these labels which works inside of this namespace. We allow traffic from monitoring prod namespace to the endpoint matrix and to the port, this one which defined here. So on the fly, as I said before, will be created 2 kinds, one of them Sidecar, another one authorization policy, and I'm showing right now. And I will close this part too. This is actually kind of the delegator which I showed before, and this is structure field of customer resource definition Istio Policy Manager. The important part here we can see, as in case of kinds which I showed before, from to case, each of them type object, but inside of object we can define multiple namespace and do that type. It will be array for each of them. So fields must match to the kind which will come to the Kubernetes. In structure of the virtual service kinds. So I will close these parts too, switch to the terminal to simulate all stuff. If I will, the downside which I'm showing right now, it's the logs of operator itself. Of course, at the end of the video, I will push all this change to the GitLab and write the link to the YouTube from where you can get all these codes. All these codes will be present in GitHub too. So I will not go in deep to the codes. It's nearly the same to another operators which I wrote and showed before. Even from the name of the functions and definition, you can understand what's happening. Yeah, it's simple Docker file, really. We don't need to spend time. Just focus on the logic which I will show right now. If I will switch to the objects which must be created, we can see the main virtual service which will delegate rules to virtual services separate to the separated namespaces, not present right now. If I will put get sidecar in any namespace, we cannot find anything. At the same time, authorization policy in any namespace, it will not present. At the same time, delegators will not be present, and virtual services. We see for our application, which I said before, inside of namespace, review and products have two virtual services. If I will do virtual service for reviews, it's default, sorry. Yes, products, we can see when traffic will come to this virtual service, to this endpoint, it will be redirected to service where our pods works right now, of course. At the same time, if I will do for review, we see we can use both for it to say all traffic can match. We can forward for all traffic here or in endpoint way. We can use both of syntax actually, it doesn't matter. In case of review, I'll use this one. In case of product, which I'll use this one. So, but now if I will try to open the domain, nothing will be happening. Even we can see 404, the page doesn't exist, nothing here for the slash. Even if I will do reviews and at the same time product page, the same thing will be happening. But if I will apply review delegator, review endpoint created, even from output of the logs of operator we can see. And we can check it from reviews endpoint, it works. At the same time, if I will apply to product page endpoint, it works too. It was before reviews. Just to be clear, you can see that. So, if I will delete, well, firstly it will be better if I will read inside of default namespace created virtual service, and the content which I said before, when we use this gateway to this domain, we will delegate to the virtual service with name reviews inside of namespace review in case of matching to the slash reviews endpoint. The same thing in case of slash product page to the namespace products with the name virtual service product page will be delegated. But in case of delete of product page, for example, see again the configuration, we see one of them deleted. If I will go to the page to see product page, of course, just to check it again, yes, it was product page. So it is reading from the cache, yeah. At the same time for the reviews, if we will check, virtual service doesn't exist because it was last line, and with that it is deleted from there. So reviews, it is from the cache, so it's not exist actually. At the same time, if we will apply, so we checked actually before sidecar and at the same time authorization policy, and I'm doing apply products Istio Policy Manager, we can see on the fly created two kinds, sidecar and authorization policy, inside of namespace products. If I will go to the get authorization policy products, we can see it is created and sidecar. Even we can read it. From there, and we can read authorization policy 2. Even if I will open the kind which we applied, so based on this information, on the fly created two kinds, one of them for sidecar, another one for authorization policy. If I will delete this kind which I have created, Istio applied, delete, both of them will be deleted even from the out, because a lot of can stand both of them deleted. Istio get sidecar. So that's it actually. I hope it will be useful.